Ladies and gentlemen, we all grow up hearing about success. We see it on social media. We watch it in movies. We hear stories of people who made it. And slowly, without even realizing it, we start believing something dangerous. Backhand index pointing right that success is beautiful. Backhand index pointing right that success is fast. Backhand index pointing right that success is glamorous. But today, I'm here to tell you the truth. The truth about success that nobody warned you about. Fire 1. Success is not pretty. It's painful. Nobody tells you that success doesn't look good while you're building it. It doesn't look like luxury cars or big houses. It looks like waking up when you don't feel like it. Working when you're tired. Continuing when everything inside you wants to quit. Success is not a highlight reel. It's behind the scenes struggle. There will be nights when you doubt yourself. You feel lost. You question everything. And the hardest part? Backhand index pointing right, no one is clapping for you during that phase. Broken heart too. You will feel alone. Here's a truth that hurts. The road to success is lonely. Friends may not understand you. Family might question your decisions. People will say, "Why are you working so hard? Enjoy life a little. This won't even work." And slowly, you'll realize something. Backhand index pointing right, not everyone is meant to walk your journey with you. Success requires separation. Not because you hate people, but because your vision is bigger than your comfort zone. High voltage 3. Motivation will not save you. Let me break a myth right now. Motivation is temporary. You can watch 100 motivational videos. You can listen to powerful speeches. But what happens when you feel tired? You feel bored? You feel like quitting? Backhand index pointing right, motivation disappears. And that's where most people fail. Because they depend on feeling good to take action. But successful people? They act even when they feel nothing. They rely on discipline, not emotions. Hourglass not done for. Success takes longer than you think. Nobody warns you about this. Success is slow. Very slow. You might work for months, even years, and see no results, no recognition, no progress. That's the phase where most people quit. Why? Because they expected fast results. But real success? Backhand index pointing right, it's built quietly over time. Like a seed growing underground. You don't see anything at first. But something is happening. Always. Disappointed phase 5. You will doubt yourself. Even the strongest people. Even the most confident people. Face self-doubt. There will be moments when you think, am I good enough? What if I fail? What if this is a waste of time? And those thoughts, they feel real. They feel heavy. But here's the truth. Backhand index pointing right, self-doubt is not a sign to stop. Backhand index pointing right, it's a sign that you're pushing your limits. Brain 6. Your mind will become your biggest enemy. No one tells you this. The biggest battle is not outside. It's inside your head. Your mind will say, "This is too hard. You're not ready. Just quit." And if you listen, you lose. Success is not about defeating others. Backhand index pointing right, it's about controlling yourself. Prohibited 7. You will fail. A lot. Let's be honest. Failure is not a possibility. Backhand index pointing right, it's guaranteed. You will make mistakes. Lose opportunities. Face rejection. And it will hurt. But here's what nobody tells you. Failure is not the opposite of success. Backhand index pointing right, it's part of it. Every successful person you admire failed more times than you can imagine. Bomb 8. People will judge you no matter what. When you start something new, people will laugh. When you struggle, people will criticize. When you succeed, people will envy. So understand this clearly. Backhand index pointing right, you can't escape judgment. So stop trying to please everyone. Focus on your path. Counterclockwise arrows button 9. You will have to sacrifice. Success demands a price. And that price is comfort, free time, entertainment, sometimes even relationships. While others are relaxing, you'll be working. While others are sleeping, you'll be grinding. And yes, it's hard. But nothing valuable comes easy. Person climbing 10. There is no final point of success. This might shock you. There is no finish line. No moment where everything becomes perfect. Even after achieving your goals, you'll want more. You'll face new challenges. You'll grow into new versions of yourself. Because success is not a destination. Backhand index pointing right, it's a continuous journey. So what's the truth about success? It's not easy. It's not quick. It's not comfortable. But it's worth it. Because through the struggle, you don't just achieve success. Backhand index pointing right, you become someone stronger. Backhand index pointing right, success is painful. Backhand index pointing right, it's lonely. Backhand index pointing right, it takes time. But now, we're going deeper into the truths that hit even harder. The truths people don't just ignore. They avoid. New Moon 11. Success will change you. This is something nobody prepares you for. Success doesn't just change your life. Backhand index pointing right, it changes you. The way you think will evolve. The way you spend your time will shift. The things that once excited you may no longer matter. And one day, you'll look back and realize. Backhand index pointing right, you are not the same person anymore. And that can feel strange. Even uncomfortable. But growth always comes with change. Broken Heart 12. You might outgrow people. This is one of the most painful truths. As you grow, not everyone around you will grow with you. Some people will. Stay comfortable. Stay negative. Stay stuck. And you'll feel it. That distance. Not because you hate them, but because your mindset has changed. Backhand index pointing right, you're focused. Backhand index pointing right, you're disciplined. Backhand index pointing right, you're chasing something bigger. And they might not understand that. Sometimes, success means letting go. Face without mouth 13. Nobody really cares, at first. Let's be real. When you're starting, nobody cares. No one is watching your effort. No one is praising your discipline. No one is celebrating your small wins. It feels like. Backhand index pointing right, you're working in silence. Backhand index pointing right, you're struggling alone. And it can be frustrating. But here's the hidden truth. Backhand index pointing right, this is where real winners are built. Because if you can keep going, without attention, without validation, without applause, then you are unstoppable. Brain 14. Your excuses will sound valid. Your mind is powerful and dangerous. It will give you excuses that feel completely justified. I'm too tired today. I'll start tomorrow. I need more time. And the worst part? Backhand index pointing right, they sound true. But successful people understand something. Excuses don't need to be false to be harmful. Even a valid excuse can destroy your progress. Balance scale 15. Balance is harder than you think. People say, backhand index pointing right, maintain balance. But they don't tell you how hard that actually is. When you're chasing success, work demands more time. Goals demand more focus. Growth demands more energy. And balance? It starts slipping. You may miss events, skip social gatherings, spend less time with loved ones, and sometimes you'll feel guilty. But understand this. Backhand index pointing right temporary imbalance often leads to long-term freedom. Face with steam from nose 16. You will feel like quitting many times. Not once. Not twice. Backhand index pointing right many times. There will be moments when progress feels invisible. Effort feels wasted. Energy feels drained. And your mind will scream. Backhand index pointing right, just stop. This is the breaking point. The place where dreams die. But also, backhand index pointing right, the place where real success begins. Because pushing through that moment changes everything. Puzzle piece 17. Success is boring, sometimes. Nobody talks about this. Success is not always exciting. In fact, backhand index pointing right, it's repetitive. Doing the same work daily. Following the same routine. Showing up again and again. No drama. No excitement. Just consistency. And many people quit not because it's hard, but because it's boring. But boring work. Backhand index pointing right creates extraordinary results. 18. You will face your true self. Success forces you to confront yourself. Your weaknesses, habits, fears. You can't hide anymore. You'll see where you're lazy, where you're inconsistent, where you're afraid. And that reflection? Backhand index pointing right, it's uncomfortable. But it's necessary. Because success is not just external growth. Backhand index pointing right, it's internal transformation. Mantelpiece clock 19. Timing matters more than you think. You can work hard, do everything right, and still not succeed immediately. Why? Backhand index pointing right timing. Sometimes you're too early, you're too late, or the opportunity isn't ready. And that can feel unfair. But remember, hard work is never wasted. It's either backhand index pointing right producing results, backhand index pointing right, or preparing you for them. Thought balloon 20. You will question if it's worth it. At some point, you will ask yourself, backhand index pointing right, is all this struggle worth it? When you're tired, when you're alone, when results are slow, that question will hit you hard. And only you can answer it. Because success is not for everyone. It requires patience, sacrifice, mental strength. But if your answer is backhand index pointing right, yes, it's worth it, then nothing can stop you. The truth is, success is not just about achieving goals. Backhand index pointing right, it's about becoming someone who deserves those goals. It's about growing through pain, standing through doubt, continuing when it's hardest, and most importantly, backhand index pointing right, becoming stronger than your excuses. Ladies and gentlemen, up to this point, we've talked about the struggle, the loneliness, the discipline. But now, we're stepping into something deeper. Something unexpected. Backhand index pointing right, the dark side of success. Because the truth is, getting success is one thing, but living with it is another challenge entirely. New Moon 21. Success can feel empty. This is one of the most shocking truths. You work for years. You sacrifice. You struggle. And finally, backhand index pointing right, you achieve your goal. But instead of feeling complete, you feel nothing. No fireworks. No permanent happiness. Just a quiet moment where you think. Backhand index pointing right, that's it? Why? Because success doesn't automatically fill emotional gaps. It doesn't heal loneliness, insecurity, inner struggles. Those things, backhand index pointing right, you have to fix within yourself. Compass 22. You will lose your sense of direction. Before success, your path is clear. Backhand index pointing right, I want to achieve this. But after you reach it, everything changes. You start asking, what now? What's next? Why do I still feel restless? Because the goal that once gave you purpose is now completed. And suddenly, backhand index pointing right, you feel lost again. This is why many successful people feel confused after winning. Performing Arts 23. People will treat you differently. Success changes how people see you. Some will respect you, admire you, follow you. But others will envy you, judge you, try to bring you down. And the hardest part? Backhand index pointing right, you won't always know who is real. People may smile in front of you and doubt you behind your back. So you learn something powerful. Backhand index pointing right, not all support is genuine. Brick 24. The higher you go, the harder it gets. Many people think, backhand index pointing right, once I succeed, life becomes easy. That's a lie. Because new levels bring bigger responsibilities, higher expectations, greater pressure. At the top, there is less room for mistakes and more eyes watching you. Success doesn't remove problems. Backhand index pointing right, it replaces them with bigger ones. Anxious face with sweat 25. Fear of losing it all. Here's something nobody tells you. When you have nothing, you fear failure. But when you have success, backhand index pointing right, you fear losing it. You start thinking, what if I can't maintain this? What if I fall back? What if this disappears? This fear can be just as stressful as the struggle. Brain 26. Your standards will keep rising. Success changes your mindset. What once felt like a big achievement now feels normal. And you start wanting more. Backhand index pointing right, bigger goals. Backhand index pointing right, bigger results. Backhand index pointing right, bigger wins. This can be powerful, but also dangerous. Because if you're not careful, backhand index pointing right, nothing will ever feel enough. 27. Burnout is real. Continuous effort without rest leads to burnout. You might feel mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, physically tired. Even if you love what you do, too much pressure can break you. And here's the truth. Backhand index pointing right, rest is not weakness. Backhand index pointing right, it's part of success. 28. You will realize success is internal. At some point, you'll understand something deeply. Backhand index pointing right, external success is temporary. Money, fame, recognition, they come and go. But internal success, peace, confidence, self-respect. Backhand index pointing right, that's what truly matters. Because if you win the world, but lose yourself, you've lost everything. Hourglass not done 29. Happiness is not a destination. We often think, backhand index pointing right, I'll be happy when I succeed. But success teaches you something different. Backhand index pointing right, happiness is not at the end. It's in the journey. If you don't learn to enjoy the process, even success won't satisfy you. Fire 30. Success is responsibility. Success is not just a reward. Backhand index pointing right, it's a responsibility. 2. Stay consistent. Keep improving. Inspire others. Because once you reach a certain level, people start looking at you, learning from you, following your example. And whether you like it or not, backhand index pointing right, you become a leader. The truth is, success is not just about reaching the top. Backhand index pointing right, it's about staying strong when you get there. It's about managing pressure, handling expectations, staying true to yourself. Because many people achieve success, but very few can handle it. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard the struggle. You've seen the loneliness. You've understood the dark side. Now, it's time for the ultimate truth. Because success is not what most people think it is. And if you don't understand this final part, you might spend your whole life chasing something, backhand index pointing right, that never truly fulfills you. Glowing star 31. Success without purpose feels meaningless. You can have money, fame, achievements, but without purpose, backhand index pointing right, it feels empty. Because humans are not built just to achieve. We are built to feel meaning, to contribute, to matter. That's why real success is not just about what you gain. Backhand index pointing right, it's about what you give. Compass 32. You must define success for yourself. One of the biggest mistakes people make is this. Backhand index pointing right, following someone else's definition of success. Society says, earn more money, buy a big house, be famous. But ask yourself, backhand index pointing right, is that really what I want? Because if you chase the wrong dream, even if you achieve it, backhand index pointing right, you'll feel unfulfilled. Real success begins when you decide. Backhand index pointing right, this is what success means to me. Balance scale 33. Balance is the real achievement. At the highest level, success is not about extremes. It's about balance. Balancing work and life, ambition and peace, growth and gratitude. Because if success costs you your health, your happiness, your relationships, backhand index pointing right, then it's not success. It's sacrifice without reward. Red Heart 34. Relationships matter more than you think. At the end of the day, success feels better when shared. You can achieve everything, but if you have no one to celebrate with, backhand index pointing right, it feels incomplete. Family, friends, support system. These are not distractions. Backhand index pointing right, they are part of a meaningful life. Brain 35. Discipline is the real secret. Not talent. Not luck. Not motivation. Backhand index pointing right, discipline. The ability to show up every day. Stay consistent. Keep going when it's hard. This is what separates backhand index pointing right dreamers from achievers. Because success is not built in one big moment. Backhand index pointing right, it's built in small actions repeated daily. Counterclockwise arrows button 36. Growth never stops. Even after everything. Even after success. Backhand index pointing right, you are still growing. There is always another level. Another lesson. Another challenge. And that's the beauty of life. Success is not the end. Backhand index pointing right, it's just another beginning. 37. The person you become matters most. Let's be honest. Many people chase success for validation, approval, status. But in the end, none of that matters as much as this. Backhand index pointing right, who you become. Did you become stronger? Become wiser? Become better? Because success without growth. Backhand index pointing right is empty. Rainbow 38. Gratitude changes everything. If you're always chasing the next thing, you'll never feel satisfied. That's why gratitude is powerful. Take a moment to appreciate how far you've come, what you've built, what you've survived. Because success is not just ahead of you. Backhand index pointing right, it's also behind you. Fire 39. Your story can inspire others. Everything you go through. The pain, the struggle, the journey. Backhand index pointing right, it's not just for you. Someone out there needs your story. Needs your strength. Needs your example. And when you rise, backhand index pointing right, you give others permission to rise too. Rocket 40. The real truth about success. So here it is. The truth nobody warned you about. Backhand index pointing right, success is not a destination. Backhand index pointing right, it's not a moment. Backhand index pointing right, it's not a reward. Backhand index pointing right, success is a journey of becoming. Becoming stronger, smarter, more disciplined, more aware, and most importantly, backhand index pointing right, becoming someone you're proud of. Direct hit final message. If you remember one thing from this entire speech, let it be this. Backhand index pointing right, success will test you. Backhand index pointing right, it will break you. Backhand index pointing right, it will challenge everything inside you. But if you stay consistent, if you stay disciplined, if you stay true to yourself, backhand index pointing right, it will transform you. Not just your life. Backhand index pointing right, but who you are. Fire now. The question is, are you ready to accept the truth and still chase success anyway?